What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, we're creating a portrait illustration of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. For today's lesson, we'll need some paper and a pencil. I'll be drawing with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now if you want more details on the art supplies we use, I'll leave a list with links in the description below. Let's start today's lesson by adding some guidelines to help with the balance and symmetry of our drawing. We'll start from the very top in the middle. Let's sketch a line coming down the center of our page. I'm just using these short lines coming all the way down towards the bottom. Now let's go back to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. Now you can use these two lines to help us create a large circle in the center of our page. So from that center point, let's move up. It's going to mark off the top of our circle right about here. Now I want to measure that same distance from the center down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Let's repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center down towards the left and then down towards the right. Now you want to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So let's start with the top left, just going around counterclockwise. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get the right size and placement in the center of our page. Now that we have our circle and guidelines in place, we start blocking out the facial features. Let's start on the side of our circle. We're going to add a curve going up the middle and then back down. And this is for the top edge of the mouth. Now I'm going to leave a gap in the center and draw a large circle for the nose. Let's go all the way around, just underneath the top of the head, and then bring that back down. Let me just rough this in. Let's go to the side of the nose. We're going to curve the eye. We're going to go up, and then bend that down towards the side of our circle. Let's go to the side, curve the bottom of the eye. We're going to come down just towards the mouth, and then pull that up towards a point beside the nose. Now I'm going to trace the eyes along the inside. So from this inside point, we're going to step out, curve this up, and then down the side, round out the outside, and then we want to pull that in towards a point along the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Let's add a small highlight circle on the top of each eye. And then we're going to trace the bottom half of the head along the inside. So on the left, we're going to step in, just curve this down towards the middle, and then pull that back up. Now I want to block in the basic shape of the ears along the side of the head. Let's start from the side of the eye. We're going to go straight up with a line going up towards the top. Now on the left side, we're going to go all the way up towards the top of the ear and sketch out a circle going out and then back in. Let's line that up on the right side. Let's go to the outside of our circle. It's going to bend the ear going out, come around. I just want to bend that in towards the side of the jaw. Along the bottom of the mouth, we're going to add a curve for the tongue. Let's go up in the middle and then back down. Now that we have the basic shape of the head, let's go back and clean up our drawing. So I'm just going to erase these guidelines and those circles. Now with our rough sketch in place, we're going to use this as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the shapes. Now let's start with the nose. I'm just going to trace out the top. Now I want to pinch the nose along the bottom. So coming down, just removing the bottom edge along the side, rounding out the tip of the nose, and going back up. Just lightly sketch in the nostrils with a half oval on either side. And I'm just going to work our way around the eyes. Again, we're not going to go too dark at this stage. We're just refining the shapes. Now we're going to add a fold across the top of the eye. So going up, start from the side of the eye, going up, and you want to bend that down. Now we're going to add some hair along the top of the head. So we're going to start by bending this up towards the right, come in, just going to add a couple hairs going across, and then pull this back down on top of the brow. Let's add a couple folds on the top of the nose. And then we're going to get some shape to the mouth. So we're just going to curl the mouth up on the ends, go across, and then up on the right. I'm also going to add a small fold underneath the eyes. Now along the top of the mouth, we're going to add some fangs. Let's start with the two large ones on either side. So we're just going to bend these in, round up the fang, and just pull that back up so it gets thicker along the top. Let's add two small ones on the inside, almost like a half oval. Now on the side, we're going to tuck two more fangs on either side. So we're going to come down and then pull that up. And these ones are a little bit shorter on the ends. Let's add two small teeth along the bottom. So going up and then down. Let's leave a gap, go larger on the side. And then we're going to layer a few more along the side, going in behind. So you can see that we're just tucking that in along the side. Let's add one more. And then I'm going to use this guide, this curve, for the tongue. So we're going to start on the left side, going up, come down in towards the middle, and just bend that across to create a fold. Just going to layer in the right side, going up and then down. Add a curve in the back of the throat. I'm also going to add a trim along the side of the jaw. And now from here, we're going to add some shape to the ears. We're going to start from the side of the head. Just going to bend this out, pull this up and in. Just going to round up the tip of the ear, going around that circle. Now along the side, along the top, we're going to add a notch. We're going to bend this in and down, and then bend that back out towards the outside of that guide, and just work our way down towards the bottom. And then we're going to add that fold inside the ear. Start from the top, come down, bend that in towards the side of the head, and draw a fold along the bottom. Now I'm going to do a similar thing on the right side, going out and up, and then out towards the top. Now this is going to blend into that fold on the right side, coming down and in. Let's round at the top, work our way across and then down. Now, as we pull this in, we're going to add another notch. Bend this in and then out. And once we finished our rough sketch, we're going to go back and clean this up again before we add some shading and more details. And now we're going to go in and start adding some contrast to our lines, starting with the nose in the center. Start along the top. And I'm also going to add some thicker lines across the bottom edge of each curve, just to give it a little bit of weight, almost like resembling the shadows. I'm also going to darken up the inside of the nostrils. And while I'm here, I'm just going to add a medium shade to the nose. So we're just going to darken that up. Now above the eyes, we're going to thicken up the brow. Just adding a thick eyebrow on top, and then just tapering that line towards the inside, towards the nose. And then we'll layer the brow in behind. Now we're also going to darken up the inside of the eyes, going around that highlight. You can see that I added a bit more weight to the bottom edge of the mouth. And just tapering out towards the side. And then along the side of the jaw, I'm just going to thicken up the ends and then pull these in. Now before I get into the teeth, we're going to work our way around the ears. So starting from the inside, I'm going to go back in towards that fold. And blend that up towards the inside of the ear, towards the top. And now we're going to move back in and start adding some more contrast to the teeth. With these teeth, I'm adding the thicker lines across the top, as if there's a shadow being dropped on top of the mouth. Same thing across the bottom, going thicker along the bottom. And now we're going to go in and start darkening up the back side of the mouth. So we're going to go around the teeth and the tongue. Go back and just lightly shade in the tongue. Now as we get near the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows and contrast, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a portrait illustration of Stitch. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. If you're interested in learning more about today's art supplies, then stick around. This is the Nik Pro Mechanical Pencil. The 5-piece set comes complete with 5 drafting pencils, 4 tubes of lead refills for all the different sizes, 2 erasers, also 9-piece eraser refills, 2 lead sharpeners, with a pack of colored leads. And all of this is neatly packed in a gift storage box. box. Now since I started using this pencil back in 2023, it's really changed the level of my drawings. The heavier weight of the pencil has helped me create smoother and more controlled lines. And with the wide variety of lead sizes, I can easily transition from high detail to smooth shading. And Nik Pro also has a fun color set for those who want something a little bit more lightweight. I used to think that all pencils are created equal, but since using this Nik Pro mechanical pencil, it's been a game changer for my art. Now if you want to give this pencil a try, I'll leave the link in the description below.